Bobby, it has been way too long, my friend. How are you?
It's been a few years. Doing good. Doing very well.
Yeah, I can see that. Your crew on this boat, talk about customer service. We had a great day with a bunch of veterans today. Really a spectacular day.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to give back to them, you know, and the crew was all excited about this, you know, just give back to the veterans and stuff. So,
you know, you and I are not spring chickens anymore, and you know, I saw you down on deck tagging fish, helping people out. You don't hide up here in the wheelhouse, do you?
No, not very often. If the we're fishing, I'm usually down on deck helping the people, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. That's why you got into this game, right?
That's it. That's the way I was brought up.
So talk about that just for 1 minute. Who got you into the game? Was it your father? Spike?
Yeah. I started when I was 8 years old fishing with my dad.
Yeah. And what boat was that on?
Well, it was the Frontier, and then for Art Gronsky, that was back in the 50s. And then in the 60s, he built the Patrician. We worked on the Patrician. And when I turned 19, I got my license and been doing this ever since.
Wow, 19, that was young. Was that young for those days? It had to have been, right?
I was the second one ever to get a license. I first or second one to get a license at 19 in the state of California.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
So what is the state of sport fishing now? How do you, looking ahead to the season to come, and you don't have a crystal ball, but you've been in this a long time. It looks to me, and I'm not an expert, you are, it looks to me like we have kind of a La Nina thing going on, a little bit cooler water, more anchovy around.
Yeah, there's a lot of anchovy around and sardine both, and the water is cooler this year than it has been. The bluefin are still here. Hopefully we'll get some albacore back this year. That's a hit and miss type deal, you know, whichever way they come down the coast here. But
what do you got for water temp, Bob? I got 62.01, 61.
That's all right.
Hang on just a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got 62.76. But you know, bluefin are still around. They've been around all the last 4 years.
Have you been seeing them?
Oh yeah, yeah. The Old Glory was out just outside the 302 last week, and he had 147 pounder. So there's fish around, and they're seeing fish all the way down to Cedrus, off San Martin. They're still seeing fish off San Clemente Island. So there's a lot of bluefin around. It looks like we're gonna have a banner year. Probably get some 400 pounders this year.
Yeah, because they're getting
seem to be
bigger,
getting
right?
bigger each year. Yeah, those fish are gaining 50 to 75 pounds a year, and they're not going anywhere. They've been here now for 5 years. So
they're taking up residence here, haven't they?
Yeah, pretty much resident fish year round here now. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get some albacore. There's yellowtail on kelp patties already, which is really early. Yeah, but you get off the beach, the water's still 62, 63 degrees. It's a little colder on the beach, you know. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking, I talked the albacore thing up a little bit last year. I had egg on my face at the end of it. Because, you know, I made that prediction around April. And, you know, before May, it's hard to make that prediction because that's when things either go warm or stay cool.
Right.
But if they stay cool, Bobby, you seem convinced that we could get a shot of those things. And I do too. I believe that.
Right. I believe they probably will. I mean, they go in cycles. You know, it's been, what, 10, 12 years since we had any.
Yeah.
So then we go, when we start getting them, we usually go 8, 10 years with albacore. And it usually starts in June.
Yeah.
Is when we start to see the fish here. If we're going to get fish by the end of June, we should know one way or another if we're going to get fish.
Yeah. What do you think? What's your gut tell you about this year so far? I know it's early, but what do you think?
It's kind of early yet. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. We got a big storm coming in Sunday here.
Yeah.
A lot of wind with it, so we'll see what happens. Things roll over. we get the next moon phase, then we'll find out what happens here.
This is supposed to be a pretty big storm, isn't it?
It sounds like it's a pretty dynamic storm here. Wind-wise, they're calling for 25 to 30 knots out of the southeast.
Yeah.
Which is a lot for us down here. Up north, that's nothing, you know.
Got their dispatch on.
So.
Yeah, I'm going down to Mexico, and I'm staying in a place called Playa Saldamondo. I'm going down there. And George, the guy that owns it, he said, you got to be out of here at 6 a.m. on Monday morning.
Right.
We're expecting to get our butts kicked. So
right.
I said, okay, no problem. So it sounds pretty significant. Top Gun 80, what a boat. I'm so impressed. I love it. Can you tell us a little bit about her capabilities, what you do most of the time? Are you charter? Are you open party?
We do both. We do both charters and open party. We do mainly anywhere from 2.5 to 5.5 day trips. It's a real comfortable boat, and we can do up to 10-day trips if we want. There's no big deal there, but mainly we target 2.5, 3.5, and 5.5 day trips.
Yeah.
It's real comfortable there.
Oh my God, for sure. And you know, first guy I run into when I walk up on the boat is Julio.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him since probably 05, something like that, back in the Albacore days. But he told me that he thought I may have been getting off one of the boats over here, maybe with Butch on the Cherokee Geisha, before Butch passed away.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's a small world, and he is awesome on deck.
Yeah, he's been with me for 5 years. Scotty's not here today. He had to have surgery Tuesday.
Yeah, anything serious?
Kidney stones.
Yeah, okay.
But he's been fighting them for 4 months, so they finally went in and took him out on Tuesday, and he's recovering right now, or he would be here for sure.
Good. When's your season get started?
About 3 weeks. We start in, or 2.5s and stuff like that.
The islands have been pretty darn good lately, haven't they? Coronado Islands.
Yeah. I mean, there's still fish around.
This year, but previous years.
Right.
Once it gets rolling, there's been some good yellowfish in it.
Yeah, we haven't really been fishing the islands. We've been targeting the bluefin, and we've been doing very well on them. I think we had well over 100 fish over 200 pounds last year.
Oh my God! Did you ever think you'd see that?
No.
No, right?
But the fish were here back in the 50s and the 60s. We didn't have the tackle to catch them.
Yeah.
The tackle we're using with the Spectra, the 2-speed reels, 3-speed reels.
3 speeds now.
And the kite fishing with the flying fish, and I mean, it's a different world.
Yeah.
You know, it just we're so far advanced on our tackle and everything now that I think we had the fish here before. I remember my dad telling me about in the 50s the big bluefin. Well, that's how the tuna club started in Avalon and stuff.
Yeah.
And but we didn't have the tackle. We had single speed reels, DAC run line, not Spectra.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we just didn't have the gear that we have today.
It's an amazing thing. I never ever thought that we would have I mean, I think we're the envy of a lot of places with the type of fishing we have in Southern California and off the coast of Baja right now. I mean, where in the hell can you jump on a 2 or 3 day trip and have a chance at catching a 400-pound bluefin tuna? It's amazing.
Exactly. It's the fishing we've had over the last few years is it's been phenomenal. When we've had trips where we've had 25 people on the boat, and all 25 of them had a fish over 100 pounds.
God almighty, that is amazing.
And some of the night bites we've been getting, we never fished at night. You come out here fishing on a 2 or 3 day trip, you're fishing 24/7. I mean, you're going, oh my God, get me off the boat so I can get some sleep. I mean, you never know when they're going to bite, you know, and these fish are biting the flat falls and all the knife jigs and all the different tackle that we're using. I mean, holy crap, we never thought about fishing like this before.
I know. Is that rough on you guys? The crew?
Oh yeah, it's 24/7.
You never get any sleep.
You're lucky to get 2 hours a night.
Man.
It's a ball buster, but you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
It really is. And if a guy wants a big fish and he can get it at night, you know, those things bite at night just as well as they do during the day.
Right. You know, back in the old days, you know, when I was on the Searcher, that was back when Frank was actually running the boat, and I'm sure you remember this, we would see bluefin pop up, and as a kid, you know, I'd say, "Oh my God," you know, and I'd point, and there'd be a big, and they'd look at you and go, "That's bluefin. They don't bite."
Right.
Now, so did they not bite in that time, or what was it?
Most of the fish we had back then were the smaller fish, the 20 to 30 pound fish, and you got to remember we're fishing anchovies back then.
Right.
We didn't have sardines back in the 50s and early 60s.
That's
it
right.
was all anchovy fish.
Yeah.
And you had to go light line, number 4 hook, the only way you could get bit. Now that we got the sardines, they swim better, and they bite better for us, you know.
Use a heavy line.
And I think there's more volume now than what there was.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a combination of more fish and better bait.
Yeah. You've mentioned the reels, the 2, 3-speed reels. Now, if there's a guy listening right now and he's saying to himself, I don't know if I'm up to doing this, what would you say to him? I get the feeling you come out on this boat and you're going to have all kinds of tutors, and they're gonna walk you through it, and they're going to help you to catch fish of a lifetime.
That is correct. And if you don't have the gear, we will make sure you do have it. They got it for rent in the office, and I got 50 rods and reels. They're all Avid reels, 2-speed, 3-speed reels, anywhere from 20-pound reels up to 300-pound reels. So I mean, we got it all.
Yeah, perfect. If you were going to give a tip to a new guy, is it bait selection? Is it fluorocarbon? Do you like fluoro when you're fishing? Is that important to you? I
don't fish fluoro. I never have. I see a lot of people use it. It's fine. It works fine. It's more abrasive than the mono. It will take more teeth marks. But as far as I'm concerned, I get bit just fine without it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing to use, and I have seen it where it works better than just straight mono.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't use it. I don't want to take the time to do it. I'm hooking it hand and fish, and I do it for a living.
Yeah.
The guy comes out once or twice a year, he might need it.
Yeah. Bait selection always is a
bait selection, right? Is a lot of it, yes. And if they don't know how to pick a bait, ask one of the crew members. They will show you how to pick a good bait out and how to hook it properly.
Excellent. All right, I'm not going to drive this into the dirt. I've already mentioned you and I are not spring chickens anymore.
No.
But you still have the passion for this, don't you? You still enjoy it.
Yeah. It's getting a little tougher.
Are you thinking about hanging it up anytime soon?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I don't know. I just got my license again. I'm on my 14th issue on my license.
Wow, congratulations.
So I guess I'm on it for another 5 years. I don't know if I'm going to make it that long. Hell, I'm 70 now, so.
Unbelievable.
You know, I've been doing it since I've been 8 years old, so a lot of years. Yep.
But you still have that passion, don't you?
Oh yeah, I enjoy the people. That's what I enjoy. I got people who ride with me for the last 40 years that they're like family.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the name of the game. I mean, any given trip, I can call out 10 people that have been with me 2 or 3 times a year, or every year. You know.
That's great. That's great.
So
finally, if somebody out there wants to charter the boat, wants to go fishing with you, is it best to call the landing, or what's the deal?
You call the landing or go on the web.
Yeah.
And like I said, we don't have a whole lot of trips open. We're pretty much booked up already this year. I think we got like 14 trips that we still have openings on. That's it.
Wow.
Other than that, we're sold out for the month of August, September, and half of October right now.
Excellent.
So,
Bobby, it is so good to see you, my
friend. It's good to see you, Philip. It's been a long time. We started.
We did.
Up in San Pedro on the old boat.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were catching sea bass and yellowtail there, and we started 976 tuna.
Absolutely.
And
there was, and I told you, I referenced this story to you, but there was a time at the Fred Hall show where I had heard you caught the 100 yellows, and you know, so that's the first week of March.
That was, yes, it was.
And so that was big news. That was, things were starting to pop, and I said, Bobby, come on, I got to do a 976 tuna update. Let's go out to the car, and we went out there. We recorded this thing. We were looking for a place that was quiet, and that went up and just ripped it.
Yep,
that was a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, that was the first year with the boat.
Yeah. Is that amazing? Or
yeah. What? A lot of years ago.
Yeah, we're getting too old. We're getting too old, man.
I hear you.
Bobby, pleasure, man. Good to see you as always.
All right. Thank you, Philip.
Thank you.
All right.